I was always alone when I was a kid. I even thought that I would never get any friends, even when I thought that I was an introvert when I was only someone that is addicted to being alone. Here is the story about why I am addicted to being alone. Now let's begin. It all started when I was a kid, at the age of 9 years old. When I was small, I was always walking with 3 friends all in town every time. We would always walk every place in town, then we would talk to each other. In this case, me and my 2 friends was always adventurous. Then we would talk to each other until when we get really tired of being adventurous. All of us stop hanging out with each other, and now all of a sudden, we stop hanging out with each other, which takes me into becoming an older person. When I become a teenager, I was always in class reading a book. At that time, I was a new kid, so that means people would check for me, but I would never check up on them. Instead, I would read a book instead of talking to anyone. In this case, what I am saying is if anyone talked to me, then I would talk to them back. However, I would never ever start a long conversation or talk to anyone until they decide to talk to me. Then I would get a habit of always talking to myself. That's when people starts to think that I am a crazy person in school and in town. The more I walk, the more people start to think that I am a crazy person. It even get to the point that all the instructors start to take me to the psychiatrist. When that start to happen to me, I had to stay at home crying a lot when I was not feeling so good about anything. Fast forwards, when I go to the psychiatrist, they check up on me and they see that I am a normal person and not a crazy person, so they write up a letter, and I had to give it to the school together with my parent. To the counselor, they talked to my parent. After the counselor finished talking to my parent, they had to leave. And the counselor had to talk to me, and the only problem they had with me is I am not interacting with anyone at the school. That is when the counselor tries to tell me to get a friend, when I start to listen to the counselor, and then I try to find a new friend, then I had to stop. The reason why I stop it is because finding a friend so uncomfortable. Afterwards, I just stopped completely. And that is when I get a new friend. Do you know what my friend do? If you say, they treat me just like how my past friend does treat me, then you are 100% right. It is just like in the video, just like the same as my friends in the past. They would treat me like how my past friend will treat me. For example, just like I explained in the beginning of the video. My past friend will treat me like how my other friend would treat me. For example, we was more adventurous, then we talk to each other. Fast forwards, when I get a girlfriend, I will always tell her that I was an introvert. Afterwards, me and my girlfriend will get really close, then we will starting to feel like I am not interacting with her, and almost nowadays I will say nothing to my girlfriend also. In this case, I does even do that to all of my family members as well. After I realize that I am doing that to my family members, then that is when I start to realize that I am always alone, and also then that is when I never ever talk to my family or anyone. Instead, I would just be alone. And then I start to isolate myself without talking to anyone, and then or afterwards, that is when I will start to realize that I am someone that love to be alone instead of being around a lot of people.